We're going to talk about all the latest drama around Garrett Crochet, Liam Hendriks, and Alex Cora. But before we do, the Red Sox made a move. In case you missed it, they made a trade. They acquired Ryan Noda from the Los Angeles Angels for everyone's favorite player, cash considerations. And with the corresponding move, Masataka Yoshida, everyone's favorite mysterious outfielder, was transferred to the 60-day IL. Now, our main man, Tyler Milliken, had a little bit more on Noda. He said he struggled badly in AAA this year. Not really what you want to see. 148 batting average, a 633 OPS. Does have 4 home runs and 2 doubles, though, and I believe he's driven in 31 runs so far this season. But this is kind of a nothing burger. He's going to be depth in Worcester. I don't see him making any impact, if anything, on the big league roster. But it was a move that happened. He has 2 options left on his deal and 5 years of team control. That's coming from Red Sox payroll on Twitter, a tweet that literally just popped up on my phone. Again, a bit of a nothing burger, potential depth in Worcester. We'll see what happens. They still need a more viable first baseman option, and Noda's not it. But we're going to get into the latest on Garrett Crochet and Liam Hendriks right now. It feels like we cannot go a day without some sort of drama. This feels like, sophomore, junior year of high school, where every day there's a new bit of drama. Are we watching a Bravo TV show where every week there's another person that's pissed off and in an argument? So do you want to have a drama-free day? Let's put out the good vibes for the Red Sox. Can we have one day free of drama? If you want a drama-free day surrounding the Boston Red Sox, like today's video, send out the good vibes, don't jinx it, like the video if you want a drama-free day. Let's talk about Garrett Crochet, because there was some chatter around Garrett Crochet and some drama around the point in which he got pulled in the Mets finale 2 days ago. As we all know, he went into the 5th. He had a pitch count of 85, and then Alex Cora came out and pulled him. On a day when your bullpen was absolutely exhausted because the night before they had to eat up, 6 2/3 innings because Walker Buehler got thrown out in the 3rd. So a lot of confusion, and Garrett Crochet himself was also confused. Here's what Garrett Crochet had to say about being pulled early. He said, "I was frustrated. I wanted a chance to pick up my teammates in the bullpen. They've obviously worked really hard this series, and I wanted to try and keep them out of it as much as possible." He continued. He said, "Cora was just kind of letting me know, hey, we're monitoring your workload. I apologize for yelling a curse word on the field when I saw him coming out there. I wasn't trying to show him up." So if you didn't watch the game, when Cora comes out, Crochet is visibly frustrated with the fact that Cora's coming out. And then they have a prolongated conversation on the mound. Usually the manager comes out, you hand him the baseball, you walk off. Well, they had like a fairly long, lengthy conversation on the mound, so everyone was wondering what's going on. But at the end of the day, Cora did talk about it, and he said this was a predetermined day where Crochet was on a short leash. And I'm just going to have everyone right now say, take a deep breath. Because then Crochet went on and he said, honestly, I wouldn't want to know if I was on a short leash. And I don't think any pitchers would want to know that they were on a short leash, because then you would react differently to the situation. You would pitch differently. You would go through your sets and things differently. So he actually said he understood what they were doing, and he actually didn't want to know. So I know there were a lot of people talking about it. I do think at the end of the day, it's kind of a nothing burger, but I'm going to ask you guys this question right here. Should Cora have pulled Crochet when he did? I personally don't think he should have. I'm going to talk about that here in a second, but you let me know. Why for yes and for no? Would you have done what Cora did and pull him after 85 pitches? Type a Y for yes. If you would have not, if you would have let him finish out the 6th inning like I would have, type N for no. I think at the end of the day, you just have to pick your spots better, because Cora said in his post-game press conference that this was predetermined a week ago. You didn't know a week ago that your bullpen was going to be as taxed as it was. So you have to be at least a little bit flexible when something like that happens. This is the part of this I don't like. I don't like the lack of flexibility with a super weak bullpen. If you knew that his leash was short, if you had predetermined, even with the short and tired out bullpen, that his leash was going to be short, then bring up a fresh arm from Worcester for some reinforcements. Now, I know then there's some roster reconstruction you have to do, and someone has to get sent down, and how does that look, and all of that. I understand that. But at the end of the day, you either are flexible and you push that short leash game back another week or so, and you let him go out and go 6-7 innings, or you bring up a fresh arm for the bullpen so that the bullpen does not struggle like they did in the finale against the Mets. Crochet did continue, and he had this say. He said on his workload, he said, I made 32 starts and threw 146 innings last year. I've thrown 100 pitches. I don't know how many times this season. So I'd like to think that I'm built up for that workload at this point. Obviously, the focus is on being healthy in October, which I understand. But the focus right now is looking out for my teammates. At the end of the day, I'm not worried about this. I think that he was taken aback because he didn't understand what was happening. He knew what his pitch count was. He knew how he felt. And he's like, why is Cora coming out to pull me out right now? But once everything was talked about, once it was explained to him, I think he's fine. I'm not worried about it. At the end of the day, you do want to protect this guy. He does have an injury history, and you want him to pitch into September and October when you desperately need him. But at the end of the day, I'm not that worried about it. But it was concerning at the time. Through the good and the bad, we have videos for you. Even when the Red Sox are losing, even when there's a bunch of drama, we give you everything you need to know. We covered the Rafael Devers saga from top to bottom. We're covering all the drama happening today and throughout the year. We also recap every single game. We have injury news, rumors, trade rumors. When the draft comes around, we're going to do draft videos. We are so close to our next goal of 2,000 subscribers. 137 people away. So if you're one of those 137 people that watches today's video that has not subscribed, help us get closer to that goal. I promise you, you will not regret it. All right, so this is more of the drama. The Garrett Crochet stuff was something I thought we should talk about, but this Hendriks drama is like actual drama. Liam Hendriks spoke before the series finale to Alex Spier about his lack of playing time and how he was frustrated about his lack of playing time. Here's what Hendriks had to say. He said, no rhyme or reason. I have no idea. It's actually a source of contention that I've had with the team and I've had multiple conversations about. I just want to pitch because the track record, of course, is however long speaks for itself. The more I pitch, the better I get. If the theory is you want the best me, throw me. You see, that's the issue I have, though, with Liam Hendriks is if you complain about not playing, you need to perform when you get the chance. And I'm just going to keep it blunt. When Liam Hendriks got the opportunity on Wednesday against the New York Mets, he did not perform. He came in. He was the person to come in after Garrett Crochet. He ended up throwing 2/3 innings. He gave up 3 hits, 3 runs. He had a lot of runners, ducks on the pond, no walks. He did strike out 2. He struck out 2 in the 5th or in the 6th to get out of the 6th. And then in the 7th, he gave up the 3 hits. He wasn't finding the zone. He just wasn't performing. And he needed to. With a super short bullpen and a predetermined quick crochet day, he needed to be prepared to go long. You know, and Hendriks didn't do that. Like, you needed 2 innings out of him, at least. And if he's going to complain about not getting playing time, okay, when you get playing time, you need to perform. I get the, oh, we got to knock the rust off, but you're throwing bullpens every week. Like, it's not like you have not thrown a baseball in weeks. That's just not what it is. So when you finally get your name called, you need to perform because if you don't perform, they're not going to throw you. It's that simple. At the major league level, you got to perform. And I will give him credit. He did say after the game, he said, at the end of the day, I've got to reward them for throwing me, like getting guys out. If I'm not doing that, then I don't deserve to pitch. It's simple. It's simple. Play well, get more time. That's how it is in all sports. You're going to field the best team. And if you're not performing, you're not going to play. So, it's frustrating because this dropped in the middle of the game. And this was an ugly game to watch. They struck out 16 times. They didn't get anything going on offense. Crochet got pulled early. It was a nasty day with nasty weather. It was a bad game to watch. And then in the middle of that, you have this drama drop after the Devers stuff 2 weeks ago. And you think, okay, we're finally starting to hit our stride with 2 straight wins. No, man, no. I don't want more drama on this team. Play well, you'll get more playing time. But if you're not playing well, they're not going to throw you. It's that simple. You let me know. I'm all fired up because I hate drama. And it seems like this is the only team this year that has major drama. Does Liam Hendriks deserve more innings? M for more, L for less. I had him projected as the opening day closer, but then Aroldis Chapman came out and earned the jobs. I don't know what you want me to tell you, but you let me know. M for more, L for less. Does Liam Hendriks deserve more innings? This has to stop. This Red Sox team will never go far. No good sports team will ever go far if there is drama in the clubhouse, if there is drama in the locker room. Players freely speaking about their issues to the media, I get that they should talk to the media. That's a problem, though. And I just don't think that should happen. So Alex Cora needs to rein it in. Because if he doesn't rein it in, there's going to be an issue. I do also want to hit on this too as well, real quick, because I have been talking bad about Liam Hendriks and so on and so forth. This needs to stop, though. Liam Hendriks and his wife, after the game, received threats on their life and on all of these things. And look, you can love or hate the guy. Just because he plays bad in a baseball game, this is not acceptable. These so-called fans feel so mad about a performance that you threaten somebody's life. Are you kidding me? What kind of foul person do you have to be to do something like this? Look, I'm going to get on camera. I'm going to call out Liam Hendriks. If he's not playing well, I'm going to call him out. But I would never do something like this. And I think if you do something like this, you're not a fan. You're a horrible person. I'll say it like it is. If you threaten somebody's life or you tell someone, that they should go do what they should do, you're a garbage human. I said the same thing about the Cleveland fan and Jaron Duran when he said that he should have done the deed. That's garbage attitude. And those fans are not fans, and they are not welcome in Red Sox Nation. So that's my quick message to the haters. If you partake in something like that, you're a garbage human, and you should not be allowed. Okay, here's where we're going to end it. Doubleheader against the Orioles today. Last night's game got postponed. Ugly weather. I think the writing was on the wall. I think we kind of all knew that was going to happen. So today, doubleheader. Here are the starters. Game 1, Brian Bayo. Game 2, Lucas Giolito. Giolito was supposed to go yesterday. He's going to go today in Game 2. Brian Bayo is going to go in Game 1. I don't love it, but it's the Orioles, though, and they stink. So I'm hoping we get some bounce-back games from Bayo and Giolito, but I digress. It is what it is. Let me know, over, under 1.5 wins today. Over if you think they're going to win both. Under if you think they're going to win 1 or 0. You let me know down below in the comments. It's tough. I think they're going to win at least 1 because Charlie Morton's on the mound and he absolutely stinks. But I don't know. You let me know. You let me know. Over or under 1.5 wins today for the Sox. And that's where we're going to end it, guys. A lot today. A lot going on. Talked about a lot. At the end of the day, I'm going to leave you with this. Don't be a garbage human being. I want to leave you on that. Those fans that threatened Liam Hendriks and his wife, garbage human beings. They don't deserve to be a part of Red Sox Nation, and as far as I'm concerned, they are not a part of Red Sox Nation. If you partake in something like that, you are a bad person. You should never. These players, while they play professional sports and make a bunch of money, they are humans. We saw that with Jaron Duran in the Clubhouse documentary. Have we learned nothing? Obviously not. Be a good person, be nice to people, and don't be an asshole. Make sure you subscribe. We'll be back with another video tomorrow. And until next time, go Sox.